and welcome to IGTV Session 5. Today I'm here with a very special guest, Mike Norwich, my friend, drummer on the new JADE EP that's coming up very soon. I want to start out by having Mike talk a little bit about his drumming experience, and then we'll get into how it was recording the new EP. So, Mike, how long have you been drumming for?
I have been drumming now for almost 8 years. Sort of. 8 years.
Wait, so how old were you when you first started drumming?
So I was 13, basically, yeah.
Mm-hmm. And what made you get into that?
It's actually a pretty funny story. So all my friends played instruments, and most of them are guitarists. I mean, one of them played bass, wasn't super good at it, and they were going to form a band. And they kind of needed a drummer, and I was into music and stuff too, but I didn't really play an instrument, so I kind of gave drums a shot. They were like, oh, we should join School of Rock, and then do drum lessons there. So I took drum lessons one time, and I immediately fell in love with it, and that became my passion.
Right.
Yeah, it was pretty sick.
Yeah, I was in School of Rock too, and I think we went to the same one until
same school. Yeah, we did.
So it's we almost
overlapped a little bit. Yeah.
Okay, so what artists or what bands inspire you the most as far as music, or you do a lot of drum covers on Twitter and stuff. Go check them out if you haven't seen that. So who are your favorite bands? What are your favorite covers to do?
So a few of my favorite bands, I love All Time Low. They've been a big one of my favorites. I love Fall Out Boy. They're kind of the ones who really got me into music. Ever since I listened to the album Say Rock and Roll in 2013, I just fell in love with the sound. That kind of got me started to drum in a way. It's definitely Fall Out Boy.
So let's get into recording the new EP, because this was the first time, we knew each other for
about a year, I would say.
A year.
Yeah.
Before we actually started working together. So what was it like in general? Just how did you
different than what I expected, actually. Because I wasn't really expecting to songwrite as much as I did. Because when I heard the demos, I was like, oh, this is so cool, I get to play this. And then when I got to the studio, and you guys were telling me, oh, do whatever you want, I was like, oh, what? So definitely a cool creative freedom experience for sure. And I mean, I fell in love with the songs as soon as I heard them. So I knew they were going to be something special, so I'm happy to be part of it.
And this was your first time working with my producers, Blake Rhodes and
which are awesome, by the way. Shout out to both of them.
Yeah. So how was it having them kind of guide you? I mean, for those of you who don't know, when we're tracking drums, it's pretty much an all-day thing depending on how much you're doing. But basically, in our experience, we have our producer there pretty much saying, okay, this would sound good, or change this, or, Mike, go for it. So what was it like to work with them?
Yeah, it was so cool having a mentor, because they kind of challenged me and I challenged them a little bit, since it was kind of had to find that dynamic of my personality, but also add the challengeness to the song of, oh, let's try a fill, but do it this way one time, or that little snare roll in the song Wasted Forever. That was kind of hard to come up with. And then as we were doing that, I was like, oh, this is so cool. So that was all Blake's input for doing that part, and that kind of, I guess, expanded me and kind of diversified my drumming a little bit. And the territory I never knew I could really do. So it was just a cool experience doing that.
After recording and everything, did you find yourself kind of going into when you practice or whatever, kind of trying to do the same type
for sure. Yeah, definitely, yeah.
Right now, those of you out there don't know that my first single off of my new EP, Waste Forever, is coming out on February 14th. Valentine's Day, my second favorite holiday ever. So I just wanted to ask Mike here, because me and Mike are two of the only people who have actually heard the song, so we're we're cool. What are your feelings on the first single, Waste Forever?
I absolutely love the song, by far. Probably my favorite to listen to off the EP. It's just so catchy, and it's just so heartwarming. I don't know, I just love the song.
I think it's a bop. I think
it's definitely a bop, yeah.
I think people are going to be singing it in their car. I think we're gonna get some people dancing to it. Hopefully.
Yeah, for sure. That ending, I just love the ending of this song. It's so like just explosive. I just love it. It's so cool.
Right. So that tells you out there, you gotta listen to the end.
Definitely listen to it when it comes out.
Because it's good the whole time. So how excited are you for the EP? Because you haven't heard all the songs yet completed, but obviously you drummed on everything. So yeah, what are your feelings towards
Yeah, I'm most excited to hear how they've evolved since I last heard them. Because I only heard them when they had the demo versions of everything, so it's very in a simplistic form.
I think people are going to freak out about the first track, and I think you are as well, because it's one of the songs that we recorded with Blake, and the drums are insane. Like,
that song is crazy. I forgot about that song actually.
Yeah, aside from the like awesome lyrics that me and Blake were able to put on it, I think the drums are crazy. Like, I think they're gonna stand out for a lot of people.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and actually, I don't know if I mentioned this to you, but you know, we all recorded gang vocals together on that song. Me, Blake, you, and my sister Gina, and they actually did make the final cut.
Oh God. No.
Yeah.
I'm kidding, but
no, but it sounds awesome. So
that's exciting. I really can't wait to hear it. That's really exciting.
And I'm excited to know what your favorite is after you've heard everything, like all.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's true.
I think Waste Forever is gonna be a big favorite, honestly. But the other
it's just so catchy. I love it. It's just I don't know, something about it.
Yeah, exactly. So how would you describe the feel of the new EP, like from what you got when we were recording?
Definitely a pop punk vibe. I mean, straight out of like Mayday Parade and like all that stuff. Definitely just down to the instrumentals, from everything from raw vocals, you're gonna get everything basically in it. Yeah. So if you love pop punk, you're gonna love this EP.
Definitely a Mayday influence.
Yes, of course, yeah.
There. Yeah, I think, like, I actually mentioned this in a previous IGTV, but it's very different from the first EP.
Definitely is, yeah, first sound a little bit.
Yeah, and I think the live drums sound incredible.
No, first song I've heard, I'm really proud of it. Like, I'm really proud of how that came out, yeah.
For one, that's gonna be, like, a big thing for the new EP, but just as far as the sound and everything, like, it's different, but there's actually, in my opinion, I think there's a lot more variation in the songs, and you know, as far as the different feels of the songs, but they're all very emotional. And you know, there's a lot of feeling behind it, and you know, I feel like you could just see like our excitement and our determination, just
the passion that went into the work.
So yeah, I think that's gonna be so awesome once people are able to hear it. What are any last things that you want to say to everyone out there about the EP or just your experience with the whole thing?
Yes, all I can say is that just recording from the beginning, I just saw the passion that went into this project, and I'm just so proud of how it came out, of what I've heard so far, and I really can't wait for everyone else to hear it. So
yeah,
hopefully soon.
Yeah, and to please follow all of us. We have Mike, who's at Mike Norwich on everything, right? Instagram.
Yeah, it's all the same.
Yeah, at Mike Norwich, at that singer from Jade, what you're watching this on right now.
Follow her too.
Yeah, and at Jade the Band. Very important. Please follow at Jade the Band on Instagram, at _Jade the Band _ on Twitter. I really want to get this out there. I'm so like passionate about this EP. And you know, I think you are also.
I love it. I just love it.
We really want to get it out there and spread the word. So please help us do that. Tell everyone you know to listen to it, especially the first single, Waste Forever, which will be out on Valentine's Day. Yeah, so thank you very much to Mike for joining me.
Thank you for having me. This is awesome.
Yeah, and we'll see you all soon.